Alright, I'm Ray with Groove Entertainment Technologies, and today we're going to show you how to swap out a DIRECTV receiver on your SD head end. Now your head end might look similar to the one that we're using in this video. Granted, a lot of larger systems are going to be much bigger and look just a little bit different than this. And a little bit of a warning before we get started, you never want to use a DIRECTV remote in the same room as a head end system. It's possible that you'll change every channel on the receiver at the same exact time. So definitely don't use a remote. Now the new receiver is going to come with a piece of paper that has several numbers on it. It's very important, so hang on to this. It'll come into play later. On some SD head ends, you may have color-coded lines. If used, it will make things a bit easier, although the process is pretty simple already. So first, we want to locate the receiver that we're wanting to replace. And I do this just by pulling the receiver slightly forward from the rest of the row. Often the receiver will be labeled with the channel it represents, either the channel call letters like ESPN or channel 10. The channel will broadcast property wide as well. So here's the one we want to replace, and channel 35. So now we'll just unplug our receiver from the back. Here's our power, and we'll remove the coax, and we'll remove our composite or RCA cables from the back of the receiver. Now mine are yellow and white. Yours might be white, yellow, and red, or maybe green, blue, and white. Now, we can remove the old receiver now and slide in the new receiver, but be sure to have the receiver access card number, the receiver ID, and the serial number here while we do this. Now make sure we're keeping our white piece of paper here with all of these numbers. We'll need these numbers to activate the receiver when we're finished here. So we'll slide in our receiver. Make sure we're using the satellite in port on the receiver. That's what's giving us our programming. We'll get our audio and video cables back in. Same way we took them out. And last but not least, here's our power cable. Now that we have all the cables plugged in, especially saving the power cable for last, we are in a bit of a waiting process here as our receiver starts up. Now, it should look like all of the other receivers in the row here, and we highly recommend using a test TV here as this boots up. Now make sure that we're tuned to the same channel as the receiver. So it looks like here we replaced channel 35. However, my TV is a little bit different and it says 32. Now we can know that's the right channel because our receiver is going through the startup sequence here. If you do not have a TV already in the room, plug the new TV into the coax test port on the rack. It will either be from a rack amplifier or a rack combiner, which I have here. Now turn your test TV on to the channel number of the receiver you're replacing. It might be 2, maybe 15 or 30. In my case, it's 32. You can check that by changing our channel here to number 32 as our receiver starts up. Okay, now you should see the receiver on the main menu screen. Now my screen's a little bit different, but your screen will look a little bit like this, and it'll basically tell you to call DIRECTV and authorize your receiver. So in some instances, they'll ask for your old access card number, which is going to be in your old receiver in this little door right here. Sometimes they'll ask for your account number. In that case, you can give them an access card number from maybe this barcode here or from one of your other receivers, and they can pull up the account that way. Now give them the new information is what we want next to activate our new receiver. We'll give them this access card number, serial number, and receiver ID. Tell them what channel you want the receiver to be, in our case 32. And if you're unsure of that channel, you can tell them to list it as a spare. You'll now tune the receiver to the correct channel using the buttons on the receiver. You push the guide button on the DIRECTV receiver here, and we'll have our guide pop up. And we'll use the arrow keys down here. Note these are going to be used to change our channels and change our selections. The TV will show what channel you're on and what direction you need to go. So we'll go down here, and we can go back up using the up. Now when the channel is highlighted on the TV, hit the select button on the DIRECTV receiver, and it will now broadcast that channel onto the TV. And that concludes how we swap out a receiver on an SD head end. Thank you so much for viewing our tutorial, and please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And always, if you need further support, please call us at 801-994-3642, or you can email us at support@getgroovin', or just send us a chat on our website.